Hello and welcome to the Mepham Smash tournament today. I'm Finnegan Corcoran-Doolin alongside
Ryan Moore.
And today, obviously, a huge day as 24 opponents will go against each other in this tournament. Obviously, playing Smash Bros. And is what is been a franchise for many years now, decades to say. Ryan, what do you think these opponents will have to strive for victory today?
There's so many participants, and this is such a great thing. It brings students and Mepham together, and it's just such a great thing. This game has been around forever. It's been a staple of many different tournaments, games all over the world. So it's nice that we get to bring it here to Mepham, so these students can enjoy it.
Definitely, and Smash Bros. As what you said, has been around for a while. I remember when I was playing it years ago now. But it's just such a fun game to play. Very competitive, though, for these opponents. We saw a few practice rounds early on, and honestly, it's just I don't know how they do it. I play different other video games, but this one is just so competitive, and you can kind of see it.
Yeah, you definitely can. This game has expanded from little things to updates where they included new maps. And there's so many maps that we'll be playing on tonight, like you said before the show. So I'm looking forward to seeing all the maps and all these games that will be played.
Yeah, I believe there's about 17 legal stages that will be, opponents will play on. So for them, it's going to be kind of very competitive, as we said. And, very tough, to say the least. And as you said earlier, it kind of, this is a different kind of time where we're not actually, producing a sports game here. It is, a video game tournament. And I think it's so cool to be around. It's my first time on a video game tournament. It's your first time, I'm going to say, too, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, to my knowledge, yeah.
Yeah, it's different. I will have to say it's very different, and it will be different once we get going here in a few minutes. There will be 55 different matches. I believe it's around 4 minutes for each match, 2 of which will be going at the same time. So, yeah, should be good. Should be a very fun and long day. But yeah, and I know we have 2 of B&B's very own in the tournament. We have Thomas DeSalvo, of course, and Charles Decker.
And they were key contributing members to the fact why we have this tournament. And so they organized a lot of it, and props to them because I'm sure they're going to do a great job as we are here today to stream this to you.
Yeah, and I'm sure every opponent has confidence to win this tournament today. Bragging rights. And so ever, it is, again, a very competitive game as, what I've been hearing. I used to play it, but I used to play it for fun. But these guys are very competitive about it. Every student here will be, trying to strive for victory. And yeah. Yeah,
like you said, it's very competitive. But at the end of the day, I think it's what it's really going to come down to is the fact that all these players had so much fun. And I'm sure that it's definitely going to show.
Yeah, definitely. And they're playing, the video game that they love to play, and I think that's huge. And again, just being around it, it's awesome. It will be. I can't wait. Can't wait. And I always wanted, I feel like, to do this, if I can be honest. Always, almost sportscast and host and be a part of a video game tournament. It's really, really cool.
So it's definitely something
different.
Unique. Yeah, it's so different from stuff that we do, and it's so unique. And it really is a great idea. And it's such a great idea to bring this to not just the school, but this community.
I believe we have an esports club.
Yeah, we have.
So maybe we can do more with that.
I'm pretty sure it's pretty new.
Yep.
Yeah. So, it's a great thing, that this district and this school offer so much extracurricular sports, everything, so much. But yeah. But anyway, we're going to toss it to Matt 4 with your next game.
All right, what's going on, viewers? We are here at the B&B Mepham Smash Brothers tournament. My name is Peter Harchek.
And I'm Jared Boxmeyer. And it's great to be here, hopefully watching a great tournament.
I do have quite a bit of experience on this game, so hopefully I could deliver to you guys some nice commentary here.
Yeah, me too. I'm also hoping for the same.
All right, looks like we are preparing for our first matches here.
Yeah, these matches should be very... Steve's got 2 stocks. Steve's got 2 stocks left, and Pac-Man's got... Okay, and now Steve's down to 1 stock left. Pac-Man right now is dominating. And that's the game. Pac-Man wins.
Are we?
Up against the Link. Up now, it's 2-2. Up there's Max. Okay, now it's Max going up against Link. Up, and now Max is down to 1 life.
Looks like this match is going in Toon Link's favor.
Yeah, right now Link is dominating.
Okay, we got Max hitting that special right there.
Looks like Link is trying to hit him with the sword. And he hits him with the sword. And there's Link. He's dominating Max. Okay, Link right now in full control of the match. There's Link up. Max trying to get a comeback going. Okay, and
Link cannot quite make that recovery. All right, we got Max at 1 stock, and that's game.
Link
B wins.
Okay, now we're getting ready for the next match. It is
LaFreeze versus Light. We got Light already off to a pretty big start here.
LaFreeze trying to get some momentum. Okay, there's Light. Up Light makes impact. Up and there's Light.
It's a pretty close game here now.
Yep, no.
Light is getting some damage in on LaFreeze here. LaFreeze can't quite get some damage in on Light.
Light right now is taking full control of the match. And right now we got LaFreeze of very own from B&B. Let's see if he can end up coming out with the win.
Still a close game here. No one's clearly coming out on top here just yet. Both still at 3 stocks. LaFreeze has to make it back to the edge. Can't quite get the 9 there.
There's Light. Right now it looks like Light is dominating.
Nice shield by Light there. We got a couple more matches going on, as you can see. Match 1, we got B versus Max, Light versus LaFreeze. And match 3, we have the T versus Among.
Yep. And we got
In match 2, it is 2 stocks to 2 stocks. Even game over there.
Right now, I think that is probably one of the most intense matches of these three. Okay, there's Light up, and Pikachu loses a stock over in match 1, and now it's 3-2, Link's beating Pikachu.
Match 1 just ended. We got Banjo versus Mr. Matteo going on over there. We got a pretty even game right there. Max and B are back on the left side of the screen here on match 1. On the bottom of the screen, Lofreese is not doing too hot down there. Still a pretty even game on match 2 right over there. We got a pretty even game going on in match 1. And Lofreese is still struggling to get some damage in on Light. And Lofreese is down to 1 stock versus 2 stocks on Light there.
Yeah, match 1's been really evenly played right now. As you can see, Pikachu's trying to get his opponent off the map.
Let's see if Lofreese could come back at the bottom match right here, bottom of the screen, match 3. B is struggling at 153% over there. Max is at 109. Anyone's game right there. Both are at killing distance. There you go. Toon Link down to 1 stock. Pikachu Max is at 2 stocks.
For match 2, Mr. Matteo and Banjo both are very high, about 1 or 2 smashes away. Not totally sure about the stocks or if this even is a stock match, but definitely very close.
Sudden death on the top left, match 1.
And
Let's see what happens there. And the winner is B.
And for
Toon
match
Link
2,
wins.
Matteo.
So match 2 winner, Palutena Matteo, just won that match. Looks like we are setting up for the next matches here.
Still waiting a little bit on match 2, though. Banjo with 0 KOs, but 3 falls. Hopefully they can get it in the next match. So it's not really like a actual tournament. Everybody gets a second chance, which is very good.
Looks like we're going to map selection over here. Kind of curious to what the competitors pick during map-wise. Looks like they're leaning towards Dreamland right now.
Dreamland is a very good choice. It's flat, has some areas that you can jump around. Small map though.
Alright, let's see. We got Bean versus D.
And Bean with his choice.
Meta Knight versus Kirby. Lower accurate match here. Let's see if Kirby could win this again.
And Bean gets the first hit. More higher so we can do a down special.
Looks like Bean hits that up air on D.
The score is now 3-2.
But just because you get eliminated doesn't mean you can't still win, because most of the time the other opponent is in high health, so you can easily get a stock off.
Got a replay here. You can see Bean hitting that up air on D, killing Kirby. Looks like a pretty even percentage-wise. Stock-wise, not so.
And it has to be pretty hard, and you also have to be a very good player to get your opponent very high after you are already high yourself.
Both of these players trying to hit these moves. Looks like Bean hit another up special on D.
Now it is 3-1.
This match is heavily leaning in Bean's favor. Let's see if D could come back.
Still trying to do those down specials, trying to eliminate him, but it ain't gonna work if he's up to 70.
D trying to hit these up specials, not working out.
So close, but didn't get it right there.
Finally hitting the up special there.
And Bean has to be careful here because over 100 is very easy.
Hits that side special.
And Bean eliminated himself.
D is still at a very high percentage, very easy to be hit off the map here.
He can try to just jump around, attack when he can, but it's going to be really hard when he's over 100 and Bean's only at 0.
D almost ends up self-KOing.
He has to be really up, and that's it.
Bean hits the up. We are going to toss to an interview down at the matches.
Hey, I'm Ariel Vidrum, and I'm here with.
Ruben, Salty Bread Nuts.
So, what character do you play?
Super Mario himself.
Okay, so what do you think of the competition so far?
So far, it's not that hard, but there are a few people I am petrified of.
Who are those?
Reginald, right there. Where's Mario? Mr. Mario, also I'm afraid of. And Bean.
Okay, and so what do you expect to see coming up?
My victory.
Okay, sounds great. Wish you best of luck, and back to you guys in the studio.
Switching back to a match here, looks like Light get that KO on Lofreeze here.
And it is only 2-1, so Yoshi can try to get it. Both players are definitely playing well. Mainly dodges with a couple attacks.
Match 1 just starting here.
Same as match 2.
We have Alan versus Jeffrey. Alan hits the roller, getting some combos off on Kirby. Kirby turns it back on him. Pretty even match on match 2 right now.
Match 1 is Rich Cool versus Waluigi. Waluigi is having a slight advantage.
Match 3 winner is Light there. Match 2 still going on. Jeffrey just went down 1 stock, 3-1.
Rich Cool also went down 1 stock. But Waluigi is getting his health high enough so he can try to eliminate him again. Now 90-98 in match 1. Waluigi 90 and Rich Cool 98.
Alan going down 1 stock here. Still a very big advantage. Oh, Jeffrey gets rollered.
Jeffrey 1 stock 128. Don't think he can get this one. It'll be very hard, but you never know.
Alan recharging his ink there. Kirby attempting those combos.
Holding on with everything he's got.
Grenade hit there on Jeffrey.
It's not a good idea to down special that. And he is done. Winner is Allen.
2-0. Very good game there. Very competitive player. Our other match, Young Wink, is a winner.
New matchup happening. Light versus Arflow.
Catching up on our match here, we got Bean versus Among.
Now, Bean is a very good player. He knows what he's doing. He knows when to dodge or when to attack. Not sure if he ever versed him, though. But I feel like he's good at reading moves and when to do it when he has to do. Bean trying to stay as far as he can, but still able to attack when he can, because he has at 122, so it is very easy to attack and get eliminated.
Both players keeping their distance here, as they're both at pretty high percentages. Bean's at very high percentage, 122 there. And Bean takes that stock right there on Among.
He might be celebrating, but he is at 122, and he's only at 0. Among is only at 0. Oh, and Bean gets eliminated. But he has a slight advantage that he is just fresh out of it. 0%.
Still both players at 2 stocks here.
Among at 80 and Bean at 35. Now 42. And Among close to 100.
Still a very
Bean is
good
definitely gonna
matchup
try
here.
to get him, and he does. He's definitely with air moves. If someone's off the map, he knows what to do.
We got Among trying to hit these moves on Bean. As we've seen in previous matches, Bean is just one of those very skilled players that is just dominating in this competition. It is not too late for Among to catch up, though.
With only 2-1, Among can get Bean to make it 1-1, but then he will have a disadvantage because he will be at higher health.
Bean hits that recovery there.
Both trying to land some hits, and Bean gets it. There are a lot of dodging in this game. Both are definitely... And with 3 seconds left, Bean gets it. 2-1.
Bean winning another game there, as we've seen, like I just said. Very skilled player.
He definitely knows how to dodge and attack when he can, and he's very good in the air.
Back on match 1, we have Aiden versus B.
And Mat 2, Mr. Matio versus Icarus 27.
Match 3, we have Light versus Arflow.
And in match 2, Icarus 27 with 131, and Mr. Matty with 6, and now it is a 3-2.
Game just won there on Wario Inc.
In timeout, it is now sudden death in match 3. And the winner is Light from sudden death.
3-1, Mr. Matteo versus Icarus. Icarus just cannot get damage on Mr. Matteo right now. It is 3-1.
Mr. Matteo has been 6.3 for most of this game. He definitely knows when to dodge. He's definitely a skilled player.
Looks like Mr. Matteo is just hitting these insane combos.
Icarus 27 can just not get a hit on him.
Icarus an extremely high percentage, and there you go. Mr. Matteo is the winner of this game.
It was hard to get him off of the sides because Kirby can just get back on the map right away. But the winner is Mr. Matteo from 3-0.
Here.
It'll be hard to get for Wario to get Kirby up to evenly that he is, but it is pretty close, 82-50.
Let's not forget, Wario does have a secret move that can be pulled out after a minute of charge time. We are about to toss to an interview. Back on.
From Miss Charles here with,
Oliver Mattis.
and would you believe it, what an upset. Longtime Mepham student, Ruben Cardona, Jr., just lost, 2 freshmen, coming in flaming hot, Oliver Mattis. How are you feeling right now?
I feel great right now. He's one of the toughest players I've ever faced, and just getting that win is just huge for me.
And now, what do you think the odds are that you carry this through to the end and you make something big happen?
I don't know. There's still plenty of game left. Matteo's really good.
True.
We go back and forth, so I can't just go full on head confident. I gotta, just take my time, just go through it.
All right, great. Now I'll send it back to you guys in the studio with more game commentary.
Back on the match here, we got Aiden at 3 stocks, B at 1 stock. B cannot get these hits on.
A 146 to now 120.
And Aiden gets that final hit there, 3-0.
Pretty close at the end, but it was 3-1, so not really a way that B could get that.
As we've seen here, Kirby cannot win these games.
Not at all. Every Kirby we saw
Has not been looking out in this tournament.
Picking a map now, and it's going to be Pokemon Stadium. That map is really good, just like Dreamland, very flat, but some changes can happen and with hazards. Not totally sure if that is on right now, probably not. But
Very interesting matchup here. We have Jigglypuff versus Lucario. Aiden versus B.
maybe B could get his revenge here and take home the win. Game winner right there. Lucario charging up his orbs.
Not sure what that orb was to there, but Aiden hits the up air. B cannot get back down onto the stage. Slept there, but not a hit.
B definitely knows when to watch out for those sleeps. This is definitely not a air fight here. Everybody usually stays on the ground.
Another missed sleep right there. Aiden keeps on going for those sleeps, but it did
Gets
not work out in
stuck.
his favor.
But he does not.
Oh, looks like we have
A little mess up here.
a mess up. Not
Oh, I
sure
was
what's
gonna
going to
say-
happen from here.
B does not have an advantage here. With that high, he can not cover from that.
Looks like we have a replay here of
Exactly what happened.
Looks like we might be doing a redo on this match. Not completely sure though, because
Nope, it is a different matchup here. Mr. Matteo versus Icarus 27. Again, Falco for Mr. Matteo and Byleth for Icarus 27. Byleth is very good, but Falco is very fast. So he can definitely dodge away. Starting this match, still at Fountain of Dreams. Definitely still the two people. Not totally sure what was going on.
We got Trip Deck 5 versus
Deck five and
Allen.
Staying as Falco and Byleth. Like I said before, Falco will be relying on his speed and quick attacks. His gun does not do stun, but after a while, those attacks will build up.
I know both these players is a stock
They'll lose
there.
the stock.
Allen doing insane amounts of damage to Trip Deck. Trip Deck just cannot get some more damage on Allen.
Allen is trying very hard here to get more attacks in, so Trip Deck will get in higher up. But still trying to dodge to not get eliminated himself. And we're going to toss to the hosts.
Hello and welcome back here. What has been an action-packed tournament up to yet. We're not even close to halfway, done with it. But it's been really good up to yet. Obviously, we saw Ollie out there from B&B. He's been absolutely dominant with his characters. And again, just a ton of action-packed. You can just see how competitive this tournament is. Realistically, seeing all the different strategies from different, opponents and different players of what, what moves they're going to do with, different characters that they've been using. I think we've been seeing a few Warios, a few Meta Knights. So those are the, two that are pretty popular. Ryan, what have you been thinking of this up to yet?
I'm just thinking of the fact that I still have not seen a Pikachu. But, things happen. But anyway, I'm just looking forward to the rest of this tournament, We've been looking forward to this for a while. We've been planning for this. And let me just tell you, a lot goes into stuff like this. So I'm excited. This tournament is going to be so much fun, and I'm ready for what's to come.
Yeah, definitely. And, a lot more to come is right, coming from Ryan here. This tournament is nowhere near over, but as we saw, I think that was a huge game. It was, I don't know who Ollie was versing, but I think that was one of the top games, or top matches, sorry, of the tournament up to yet. It was action-packed. It was 2-2 at one point, and then Ollie got the win. Obviously, we just saw in the last interview there with Ollie, with his, kind of response to all of it. But really, it's just, and he's been doing well with his character as well and his different strategies. You can just see all these.
Yeah, we solo freeze for a little bit.
Yeah.
He's a B&B'er too. He did pretty well. So, I'm just looking forward to this. I know a lot of people who are in this tournament, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's who, now it just came into my mind who Ollie was using. He was actually using Mario, so that was pretty good. Against Meta Knight, who's very, very dominant. I believe it was Meta Knight. It was a awesome match to watch, but as so many other matches have been, almost 3 matches at a time. So they've been action-packed for our sportscasters out there, and yeah, a lot more to come is really what's going to unfold, and maybe a favorite up to yet is probably Ollie, in my opinion.
Yeah, he was performing.
I heard about him. I heard about him before the tournament as being a favorite. I forgot who it was. I think it was actually Matthew Mano, in the program, who said Ollie was going to be good. Also saying Charles Decker was going to be good. That those two are going to be good. Both of them, I think, come from B&B. So, kind of a surplus out there in the program
who
too.
Who are you going to vote for? That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. So, yeah, a lot more matches to come, as what we've said here in the Mepham Smash tournament. Yeah. Have you had any favorite matches up to yet?
No, not really. excuse me. You know, I've been favoriting Ollie, like you said, but you know, I was looking forward to just being beers. You know, we have such a dedicated crew here, who works stuff like this. But
Here's one replay.
yeah, here's one replay of
This was B
people.
against Max. This was a Pikachu that was versus B. Here we go again.
Here's Low Freeze here.
Yeah, against Light. That was a great matchup.
It really
Low Freeze,
was.
one of the only people to use that character, actually.
Yeah.
And that character, by the way, is very interesting in my mind. It almost looks like it's glitching on the screen, but it actually isn't. It's really good at blocking. And Low Freeze, I mean, he defended well there, and I mean, he won that match in the end. I remember that, so it's a good match to watch.
Yeah, definitely. You know,
It was
these
definitely one of
matches-
my top two. I remember watching that one and saying, wow.
Yeah.
It honestly, I don't think anybody was too dominant in that match. It was just back and forth. You know, someone was winning at one point, then another person was winning, and that's been most of these matches. Some have been dominant, but you know, not so many. As you know, I think we're going to get to the closing round here very soon. Obviously, I think they're working double elimination, so you know, you saw some of those players, you know, playing twice in a match and whatnot. So again, 17 different stages, legal stages, as what we say, because some of them, you know, aren't in use for this competition. But yeah, very close matches. Honestly, I don't think I've seen a dominant one up to yet, and that just shows you how competitive it is.
Yeah, 100%. You know, I was looking forward to this from day one, and I mean, it's here, so I'm looking forward to it. Like you said, we have people that we know, and so much stuff. Speaking of people we know, we have people that we definitely know, like myself, on Midweek Update. It's every Wednesday, produced by Hannah Broxmeyer, who's in the control room right now, TDing. But it's a great show. It shows all the stuff that we cannot feature on morning announcements that's happening throughout the Mepham community. We have special packages, a few that were released today by sophomores like myself. So
Yep.
let me tell you, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. So.
Yeah, I know we have multiple packages on there. Something you know don't always see on other you know, segments that we do and whatnot. But Midweek Update, always a show where we
Always
have
brings it.
packages and whatnot. And again, you know, packages around B&B, we work so hard for it. People don't always see it, that people actually take weeks to do some of these packages.
A lot of prep goes into it, and like we said, packages that this week that are happening was sophomores packaged in a period. So it was packages that were done all in a period, all interviews, all filming, everything. So it definitely was impressive. I gotta say myself. So yeah, so I mean, it's stuff that usually takes like 8 weeks. Packages are also news stories. But news stories, they usually take like 8 weeks to make. And sophomores did it like in one period, a few periods. Editing took a few more, but altogether it came out to like 2 weeks. So props to them because they came out pretty good, like myself. But yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, I know. There's obviously a lot of other contests and packages that go around B&B. We had the Halloween contest. We had, you know, the winter contest. We want to get into those. Those aren't a part of Midweek Update, but just other stuff around B&B. But
you can also see
sports.
you can see
You can
sports.
see sports.
Sports, and you can also see give us a minute, and we give you a month. That's also on this week. It actually dropped this morning. You can see me on it this morning, and yeah. So stay tuned into what's happening. So yeah.
Yeah, and
Here's what we were talking about before, morning announcements, so
Yeah.
you can do it.
morning announcements. You can watch it every Friday morning. That's obviously where to watch it. You can watch it, you know, usually in you know, your homeroom, first period, but also watch it every Friday. Obviously, you see people like me, Matt Mano, other hosts on there. So not only B&B Sports, but also others, you know, Hannah Broxmeyer, Haley Hepworth, Sean McQuillan.
You see around campus was a special interview. This week, I believe, no spoilers, but I think it's going to be the Winter Ball.
It is the Winter Ball, yes.
So-
And what is that is, I think, midterm.
Midterm week, because even though it's a basic term, I mean, I still don't actually know why we get off for it. So you can stay tuned with what is that.
Yeah, and
so
also
yeah.
get your B&B Sports from me. So I will be on it this week, obviously, when you can watch it 2 days from now on Friday. Yeah, I'm usually...
And here we go.
Yeah, this week at B&B, Anthony Hoffman, obviously, as you can see on the screen here, that's who does this week at B&B. It's every Tuesday. That airs on, obviously, B&B Broadcasting for YouTube. So, yeah.
You know, just not just Anthony Hoffman, though. There's many others. There's some sophomores and stuff like that. In upcoming weeks, I will be on too.
This week at B&B, by the way, it gives you literally everything happening this week at B&B.
Like
I mean, it's
like
in the title, but
yeah.
also, if you wanted to know, it's actually, really, it does give you a lot of what's going on around, either B&B Sports, just B&B overall, and it's honestly kind of gives a brief schedule of events too. So
B&B Gamers of the Week.
Yeah.
It shows you. It basically shows you if you tune in, you get to see sometimes behind the scenes footage of what happens, because a lot of stuff goes into it. You guys get to see the finished product, the gem of per se, but it's a rock. It's sand when we get it. It forms to a diamond, but when we get it, we build it up. So it's a lot of work goes into it from this crew. Big shout out to this crew. Another crew, as we're talking about sports, let's talk about B&B Sports Talk. With Lily Yepes, Matt Mano, and
Tyler Steinberg.
And Tyler Steinberg. So
also a big shout out to one of our commentators, Peter Horachek, out there.
He's also on Sports Talk, and like we said before, also Jake Mano, sophomore on Midweek Sports. He's also on B&B Sports
Remember,
Talk.
B&B Sports Talk, you can get it 2 times a month, I believe, or no, actually just 1 time a month, every month though, and it's quite a long segment.
So you hear your sports.
It has packages. It has a lot of other stuff, not only around the Bellmore Broadcasting, not only around the BMCH SD district on sports, but also other stuff revolving sports around the world, opinions, that you kind of get, and just overall sports. It's just it's incredible to watch. Obviously, Lily Yepes is the host alongside Tyler Steinberg, and
yeah, definitely, and you get to see clippets of and highlights of live sports shoots that we film, and one of my favorite segments is definitely Mic'd Up. You can see monthly Mic'd Up video of stuff that's happening.
Yeah,
last one was Cheer and Kick Line.
Cheer and Kick Line, which I was actually there for the Mic'd Up, and
we didn't want to spoil their dances though, so you get to see the funny clips and stuff. We talked
that was produced by Haley Hepworth, by the way. So
they talked about some coffee. Talked about some coffee. I love coffee.
Yeah, that was Miss Dennis, I believe.
Yeah, never can get enough of that good coffee, and a whole bunch of other funny stuff. But Kick Line and Cheer.
Here's also to talk about, just to get away from sports talk for a minute. Not out of sports though, but events like last night. Obviously, last night, if you don't know, B&B filmed the basketball game. So the girls' basketball game last night, Mepham got the win there. And also another thing to talk about is Talking Cookies. So now we're out of sports. That's Ruby Mattis's.
We just talked about Ollie. And Ollie is Ruby Mattis' brother.
Yep.
And Ruby Mattis is the host of Talking Cookies. And she does a phenomenal job, amazing job. Like you can't even begin to describe.
It's not only eating cookies, but it's also talking about with the interviewer and
sitting
the
down
interviewee.
Down with a topic of us people. Like the last one was actually. The winter concert. So there was someone from choir, someone from band, someone from orchestra, and they basically broke down everything that goes into it and everything else. And you get to see who makes those cookies. So can even steal a recipe or two every once in a while. So
well, we want to just maybe go back into obviously sports because we kind of almost just got out of the what happened last night because obviously. B&B filmed the B&B game of the week. It was Mepham girls basketball versus the Great Neck South Rebels. Me and you were on the shoot, obviously. We sportscasted it. It was a great shoot to be a part of. The Mepham girls basketball team obviously got a a huge win that they need for their season. Now they're 3-3 in Conference A1, meaning that they're .500. If they keep on this route right now, say the season ended today, they would make the playoffs.
Yes, exactly.
That's huge.
And this is a huge jump start that they needed to kick forward the season. They work hard every day. The coach said there's not a player on that team who does not work hard. And you can see it if you go back to our coverage from yesterday. Yeah. You can see me do a few interviews, FinU Sportscasted, and it was a great game. Honestly, amazing game. You can see one of our star B&Bers, Michaela Dobby, who is on midweek update.
Also Ashley Felsberg.
And Ashley Felsberg.
Yeah. Not talked about enough, but she was incredible last night as well, alongside other Mepham, basketball players like Markella Mutafis and, so many others out there. I know Brianna Fryer last night, the junior, hit a huge three-pointer.
And that really gave that momentum up, and, you really heard the crowd cheer. But, yeah, so, just that feeling of sports. And, it's so different when you see a high school game versus a college game. You see some college, a college game, it's so great, in a high school game, you really see these kids work too. And, it's nice to go down a little bit and sometimes see a high school game because it's just nice to see, you see that teamwork, just like you see in a college and professional. But you got to see these kids do it. And hopefully they will progress to this next level, but you got to see them start here. And I love to see it every single day.
Yeah, and exactly what you said, right there. But obviously the girls didn't have a great start. They actually, were on a 3-game losing streak. So they had a really good start. They were actually in Conference A1, they were 2-0, which is being obviously undefeated. And then they went on a 3-game losing streak. And then last night getting a win, meaning, they're .500. So, again, that was a huge win for them. I remember, obviously, I was interviewing the Great Neck South Rebels as coach, and, they needed a win last night as well, but couldn't get it. Mepham came up with a huge win.
You definitely. One of our morning announcements, weatherman, Charles Decker, has an interview in the auditorium.
Hey, it's Cumulonimbus Charles here in the West Cafeteria. And hey, you may have been wondering, what's going on with this intermission? Well, all of us guys,
a few cameras down there earlier broadcasting the game. That was pretty cool to see how they're playing out there. Not just to see their screen, but to see how they're playing and how their mentality is. That was cool earlier. And then we just went back down there to Charles with his great personality and whatnot. And he was actually playing today as well. So
yeah,
that's
he was one of the like we said in the beginning of this broadcast, he was one of the key contributing members to creating this tournament and putting it together. But anyway, we have so many games to come, and talking about those games, let's throw it over to the sportscasters so they can talk about the action.
Hi, I'm Nick here with
Nick.
So, how have you liked the matches so far, Nick, today?
To be honest, they are all very good. There's a couple few players that you can definitely tell are very great, like Mr. Matty and definitely being our own BMB Oliver.
Yeah, he's been really good today, Oliver. So, what has been the key takeaways from today's matches? Like, what's been the main factor to people winning?
Definitely dodging. Without a doubt, dodging. Because if you can't dodge attacks, especially stronger ones like smash attacks or just specials in general, you are done for. Very easy to get stocks to a very low point.
I completely agree. We've also seen today some dodges fail and accidentally hit into the opponent, which makes the hit even harder. So dodging's definitely been a key factor to people winning. So it looks like they're setting up a new match here.
Probably waiting on controls because I saw before this, one of them was connecting their controller. Maybe they're trying to replace it right now. Maybe a little test right here. And they are choosing... Not totally sure what they're choosing right now. They're probably just testing if the controller works.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this next matchup. The atmosphere, Nick. I mean, we're both freshmen, so this is our first time seeing a Mario, Smash Bros. Competition happen. So it's been really cool to
It
see.
is.
So our first match is here since break.
The T versus,
Like the player behind the controller also has a big factor in these outcomes. What do you think on that?
without a doubt, you could be the best player and be the worst character versus the worst player being the best character, and you could still win. So right now, DJ is in the T is in the lead right here with 3-2, but the T is at 153, and now it is 2-2. There is no real lead when it comes to stocks. If you're 3-2, but the 3 has a high HP, then very easy to get eliminated.
Both players right now have been competing really good so far this match.
Definitely.
But it's looking like DJ is getting a little bit of an advantage.
We are off to Matty O's crib right now with Bean and Light, both very good players. Very cool to see that these two players are up, and Bean with the 3-2 lead. Bean is at 40, so it will be pretty easy to get Light up to 42, so it'll be even and a little easier for him.
Yeah, so we're seeing a really tightly we're seeing a really tightly
elimination.
we're seeing a really tightly matched game right now, right here.
Now a different view for DJ and our own BMB Thomas. Now back to Light versus Bean. Bean at 85 and Light at 30.
Light.
3-1.
So that was a great play by Light right there.
It is 2-1 now. Hopefully Light can try his very best to get Bean to 1-1.
Yeah, this is gonna be really tightly matched throughout this whole game, as you can see here. Both players are showing really good technique.
Bean definitely knows how to block his attacks. Light trying his hardest to dodge every attack, but Bean is just throwing too much at him that Light can do nothing.
Like you said, it all comes down to dodging so far today.
And Bean trying to be
that
a little
is game.
cocky there. Did not really need to do that last move because Light would already been out.
And now we're here with the T versus DJ.
A one stock to one stock match right here. The T at 91 and DJ at 58. Will be hard for both of them in general because T is at over 100 and DJ is at 68 now. The T does have a chance to get DJ to a little higher so they can even it up a little bit.
This has been really greatly played too, this match especially. Both players are just keeping with each other all throughout the game so far.
Yes, a couple dodges here, but
And
DJ
that's game.
gets it. It was close there, 100 to about 90, but DJ gets it.
Now we're here with
Replay. Bean with the last hit, 2-0 there. Bean has been flying through the competition.
now we're watching Mr. Matteo versus Alan.
If he hits it, you get stuck into the ground and it's easy to do a smash attack.
Yep. So right now it's looking like Alan's starting to get Mr. Matteo up a little high.
Definitely.
Mr. Matteo's at 52.4 now.
And Alan only at 7, but when it was 3-2, he kept it like that. He dodging. He was only at like about 4 when he eliminated Mr. Matteo, and now Mr. Matteo is at 91.
Yeah, Mr. Mattio's trying to make a comeback here, as you can see, and he's doing pretty good at it.
Without a doubt, getting Allen up, but still dodging with a grab and send him to the side. But with grabs, you can't really send him off that far.
Yep, Mr. Mattio right now is making a huge comeback here.
Both pretty even. A couple hits will get them both to a couple hits to Allen will definitely get him up.
Allen's trying to get the momentum back here.
Now it's 2-1. Very good move there. Very tight over there, but he got it. But he has to try his hardest to not get eliminated, or at least get as many hits that he can to get him up, so if he gets hit up.
Wow.
Yep. Definitely could see that he was trying to get as much damage in before he got eliminated.
Yeah, Mr. Mattio is playing really aggressive there.
Allen dodging, hitting when he can. Mr. Matteo trying his best not to get hit himself. Allen went for the ink bomb, but Mr. Matteo shot it and exploded right into Allen's face. Big setback there. They are both clashing, each dodging each other's moves and blocking. Mr. Matteo trying his hardest, trying to shot him, and Allen trying to hit him with those ink bombs.
Wow.
But it looks like maybe Mr. O just lost that.
Yeah, it looks like that one was in, and that was a really tightly fought matchup there. And here we
are with Lofres and Icarus. Mr. Game & Watch, a very cool character. All his moves are very good. Not as strong, but still pretty good. And now it is 2-2. And for Little Mac, his up special very strong, but when he is getting knocked away and he goes for that, he does not go high enough to leave. So he has to be very careful not to go in the air. Because for Mr. Game & Watch, he's definitely a very good in air attacks.
Yeah, he's definitely going to want to stay out of the air here.
Trying to get as much damage as he can. Trying to avoid those hammers, because that is a very strong move. 118 Icarus and 30 to Lofres.
Lofres is really getting ahead here. Icarus
Definitely.
Icarus needs to start dodging a little bit more, just because Lofres is getting a little ahead.
Yes, Icarus's moves,
Ooh.
very strong, and just like I said, you cannot try to go in there. Oh,
Wow.
And now it's 1-1, 0-0. It is now anybody's game here.
Both players are really being aggressive this matchup.
Icarus has to try not to dash to Mr. Game & Watch if he's on the sides, because he can easily dodge that, and then Lofres wins. Just like that with the down special.
Lofres is doing good there.
Now we're going to change it up to Banjo versus Jeffrey. So what do you think about this match, Nick?
I'm expecting a really good matchup here. So far, both players look to be really aggressive, and as we're seeing, Jeffrey's Banjo is getting Jeffrey a little bit high. Right now, Jeffrey's at 65.1, which makes it easier to hit him off the map.
Yes, Jeffrey is a very, very powerful player, and Kirby in general is very, very easy to get knocked. Very light character, but just like that, it is now 3-2. Banjo not at the highest, but just like that, it's still easy to get him high enough. He was at 40, but now he's at almost 70. Well, Jeffrey is at 24. Now Banjo at 93.
Jeffrey's really making an effort here, and it's really just being aggressive here, trying to get as many hits in as he possibly can. Banjo's getting a little bit high with 96.3, but it's
now
getting
evening
close
it up
too.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Both roughly the same. And knocking him out again. Banjo 2 stocks off, 3-1. I don't see him getting it undefeated here, but
So we'll see.
he's definitely going to lose the stock before this. But after that, maybe Jeffrey can get this.
Jeffrey really needs to knock Banjo off here. Banjo's really high with
Without a doubt.
128.2. it shouldn't really. He really needs to get him off here to get it somewhat more even. Banjo's at 141.3 now, and Jeffrey's only at 0.
All he's got to do, get him one time, try his best not to get hit as much, maybe get him again, and then it's 1-1.
And
Now
here's
we're
a
gonna do
replay.
Mr. Matteo and Allen.
That was a great move by Jeffrey there. Jeffrey really got him high up and then just knocked him off. But since Banjo just got knocked off, he starts at 0 again, and Jeffrey's getting up there with 72.8. And the higher up you go, the easier it is to get you off the map. And we're starting a new same time.
Alon, higher damage here at 63 to 32.
What a move by Aiden there. Alon's starting to get up there with 79.8. Now it's 85.4. And
Allen definitely has to watch for those axes, because when they go up, they go straight down, and he might not be able to dodge those. And if he gets hit, maybe a couple more and he's done.
yeah, he definitely doesn't want to get caught with one of those.
And especially those fire and the crosses that he keeps throwing at him.
And wow, this is pretty. Aiden's at 133 and Alon's at 122.
He parries that axe.
Yeah, we're gonna see a great couple
It is very close here.
yeah,
And it
and
looks like maybe Alon did not get that one.
and we flipped over to Reflow versus DJ.
DJ, not at the best advantage here, but the character that he is very good with hard-hitting hits.
Yeah,
But Pac-Man, very fast.
DJ's also getting up there, 151. You definitely want to try to.
65 now, wow.
Yeah, you definitely want to. If you're DJ, avoid. You fell off.
Went under that, and this map is very easy to get under because it is flat. But after you get under there, it might be a little bit easier to recover from that because it is that flat.
Like we made a point earlier, especially when you get higher up in your numbers, you definitely want to be able to dodge, because when you get high up, one hit could be it for you.
Definitely. Smash attack can send you flying. Now it's 2-2. Arflow at 0, DJ at 60. Oh, and the recover from Pac-Man.
Ooh.
With his recovery, he has about 3 chances to get back up.
And DJ's getting up there. He's at 99. So like I said, here's where you really got to dodge, because one hit could be it for you. So we're going to see how he can do dodging.
Pac-Man, as a character, very good at dodging. Very hard to land a hit on him when he knows what he's doing. But DJ, definitely very good. Oh, and now it is 2-1. Now we're changing the game to Aiden versus Allen. 2-0. Perhaps to sudden death. And sudden death, fire all around.
Wow.
But one hit could get it. And with the fire, it slowly goes in. Both opponents have to get very close together.
Like I said, Allen didn't even wait to blink. He just
Without a
jumped
doubt,
up and striked.
right away.
Yeah.
And in sudden death, you gotta know when to jump or when to dodge. But with the fire, very hard to.
So here we're with Billy Bob versus Banjo. So far both players have been aggressive here too. And at the end of the day, dodging matters, but it also comes down to strategy. So like I said earlier, a good player is going to start learning your moves, and it all comes down to strategy, what you can do in the moment. These players only have like seconds to think before they have to make their next move. And Banjo's getting high in the numbers here.
Both pretty close. Banjo at 129, Billy Bob to 94 now. Both close to. Billy Bob is very close to 100. A couple more attacks, and he will be very tied up with Banjo. Now 108, 117. Very close here. Banjo at 3. Now Billy Bob at 1.
And right now we got it 2-1, and we'll see what Banjo can do here.
If Billy Bob knows what he's doing, knows how to dodge, he might not get attacked as much and try his best to eliminate Banjo to get it to a 1-1, but that will be pretty hard when he's already at 84 now.
Yeah, it's really going to come down to his dodging ability and strategy, what he can do in the moment.
Now 1-10. With that attack, even if you're in the air, you still get hurt a little bit, a little stun there, and Banjo, the winner. Looks like we're going back to home right here. I'm gonna take a little break.
Yep.
Right back into it. Banjo and Kazooie, they are the winner.
So
that was a very good match there.
So we're gonna get ready for our next match, but Nick, just tell us more about what does it take to be a player in a tournament? Like, oh wait, we're cutting right to a new matchup. We got
question later.
Pikachu versus Kirby.
Both very, especially in tournaments, you have to know what moves. And now it is Kirby with a 3-2 lead, but Kirby is over 100. So he definitely doesn't have the advantage there.
And we're switching to a new matchup, Reflow versus Among.
Both are very skilled players. Oh, and looks like we're going to quit the game. Alright, well maybe something happened, but hopefully we can see a different match here. Really wanted to see that one. Falco versus Mario will be a very good match.
Yeah. Alright, but we're cutting right back to Pikachu versus Kirby. And Kirby right now is at 53.9, and Pikachu's only at 0.
Self-elimination.
Yeah.
Those are the worst, man.
Yeah, you hate to see those.
Hate to see them.
And as a player, you definitely get annoyed when that happens.
And Kirby charging up his hammer. If that gets charged all the way up and his opponent is already up high, that is a game winner right there.
Yeah, that's something you really want to see, because it's really fun to watch when Kirby has a full hammer up. And we're just seeing the players here.
Yes, and if Kirby's opponent is about
3, 2, 1, go!
So, yeah, we're just seeing the players here. And you can see how focused they are. And now we're getting back to the game. We got Nimbus versus Among. And Among's getting... Well, Nimbus is now higher up. But this has just been evenly matched so far. Oh.
Yes, Among with the 3-2-1. Very close here, but I do not think that Nimbus can get it. If it was about 2-1 and he was lower, maybe he could get it, but 3-1, 89. Well, now he is 2-1, but still at 89, and Mario is at 0. So what do you think about this match, Nick?
Both players have just been really aggressive, and wow, what a hit.
Just like that.
So I'm going to be passing it over to a new sportscaster, Thomas.
Hello, as we just saw, it's a pretty amazing match. Mario's really aggressive, and now we're against an Inkling.
Aggressive and knows what to do. Right now, he's probably just reading his opponent, seeing what moves he does, and how to dodge them.
Right now, Terry's going on stage. He's trying to be aggressive towards the Inkling, doing a few smash attacks, but the Inkling got back into the lead. Now they're back in neutral, trying to fight each other off stage.
This is definitely not an air fight. A couple air moves here and there, but it's definitely a neutral game here.
The reason that was so powerful right there is because Terry's past 100%, and now he's a little ghost signal right next to him.
Yes.
So now some of his moves are powered up, doing massive damage and massive knockback.
That is also cool about those like Street Fighter characters. They have similar abilities just like that.
Yeah.
Now, going back to a different match here, Among versus R-Flow, 3-3. Pretty close here, but R-Flow has a slight lead here.
Pac-Man, very interesting character. He has a couple unique moves like, ooh, you just saw a neutral B right there, where he throws a random object out of a few of them at the other character. And you gotta be careful of the hydrant. It's a useful item and tool that Pac-Man could hit and just knock back at the other character flying.
If Mario is on the sides trying to get back on and Pac-Man sets it down, the fire hydrant will shoot him and he will get out. Or, like he just did, if he hits the fire hydrant, it will go flying and do a lot of damage to him.
Right now both players are dodging, trying to get a good read on each other. And the Mario just knocked the Pac-Man back.
R-flow very high here.
And Mario keeping Pac-Man off stage, leading to a knockout.
It is now 3-2, but Among has higher damage here at 69.9. But maybe he can get R-flow high enough that he can get it himself.
As we were switching to a new game. Oh, never mind. Back to the other one.
Back to this.
As we see, the Mario has a stock lead. So do you think he's gonna be more aggressive now?
Without a doubt. But you gotta understand that Among is at 96, but R-flow is now 94. So he did exactly what he should have done here.
The Mario was going for a forward aerial. Very cool, very hype move. Just try and knock the Pac-Man out immediately.
All doing very well dodging and attacking. Pac-Man in a slight lead here, but Mario very aggressive.
Both at ledge. Now Mario's got out the blast zone. Now we're equal stocks. The Pac-Man's at a high percent though. So Mario's going to be pretty aggressive with his iframes at the beginning.
Very high, trying not to get that much hits on, but still trying to eliminate Pac-Man. But Pac-Man just will not let him. Going to try to get Among out of here.
Ooh, and an up smash.
No, it is 2-1 now, Among in the lead.
Mario's got a full flood, so he really wants Pac-Man off stage, just knock him out immediately.
Parry there by Pac-Man. And with parries, if you dodge an attack, right as soon as they attack you, they will get stunned and it will open it up for an attack yourself. They are very useful for...
And that's the end of the match, and Mario won.
Mario wins.
Alright, now back to Pikachu versus Link. Link, very projectile, is trying to get a bunch of nairs off on the opponent. It's the spinning wheel move.
Pikachu is very good with attacking very quickly and more than once. If you get caught, that is that. So we are going to throw to Bree Goodman with an interview.
So, Charles, you've been in this game for a while, so how does it feel to have lost so far in?
Well, I mean, obviously, just like anything, it hurts a little to lose, but I had a whole lot of fun. I mean, I just lost to Ruben, of all people, but I made him yelp, and I had a lot of fun losing. I had a lot of fun losing.
Was the tournament like everything you expected to be? As it has been mentioned across the school for so long. Is it everything you look forward to and hope for?
Yeah, I mean, the energy in this room, it's electric. I hope we could do this again in the future, maybe make it an annual thing, because this is just a whole lot of fun and a great time to bring everybody together.
I'm glad. And so you lost the very big prize. How does it feel, like the defeat of that?
Well, I was gonna spend it all on boosting my production on the weather. So now I'm gonna steal all of my scripts from like online generators, and like I'm gonna like record in a basement or something like that, and it's gonna get really bad now.
You heard that. That's it from me. Now back to you guys in the studio.
And we're here with B versus Pikachu, 2-1. B in the lead here, but still at a very high attack here.
Link's off stage in a bad spot. Pikachu goes for the spike, and they both land back on stage.
Link is definitely trying not to get attacked here, but still trying to get his stock off.
Pikachu's trying to come in from the air, try and get him by surprise. Both off stage.
And even if Pikachu, oh, and it looks like B one stock down. Now it's 1-1. Pikachu with a higher percent, so it'll be easier for B to knock him out.
I'm surprised the Link's not trying to stay away with the percent and stock lead right now. Just be safe, don't be aggressive, just take the easy win.
Yes, dodge and attack when you can. When you are in the lead and it's 1-1, the opponent has a higher percent, that is what you have to do. Dodge and attack when you can.
And the Link wins with a smash attack from himself.
That game was very good. Both very aggressive, but Young Link takes the win.
Young Link is the one of the fastest, faster than both the other Links, and more agile and quicker. So
I did not know that, but that is very cool and very useful.
So we got Marth versus Mario. Marth has a sword, so he's a much better range.
And if he hits Mario right at the tip of the sword, that is extra damage. But here's a replay of the last game.
And we can sing Link winning again. Want to show that one more time? So what Mario's trying to do is like get a grab and then very aggressive, just knock him off stage, rack up a bunch of percent off one grab.
When he has a higher percent, well now it's about even right here.
Mario.
After Marth gets a hit, Mario hits him right back and over again. If you look at the top left, you can see the players definitely very focused here.
Marth just trying to space out and find a good angle of attack. Marth fireball and Marth recovers.
Yep.
Never mind.
His recovery is not the best. It can attack when he goes up, but if you are on the sides, it will not get it.
Marth such high percent and knock it out.
Now it is 2-2 Frostbite at 27 and Mario at 0.
No, I haven't seen many counters from Marth. Well, that might be because Marth is very grab oriented, and when he does do that, you can't really, you're in hit stun, and you can't really do something like that.
Both these players are very good. As you saw before, they were both very focused and definitely attacking each other very quickly. After one attacks, the other one does. But Frostbite, high percent, little advantage for Among here.
And now to a free-for-all in WarioWare. In free-for-alls, you could do whatever you want. You could attack either player, you could just stay on the other side.
Just let two of them go at it and then just swoop in and steal the victory. But Kirby down specialing both of them at the same time. Kirby should probably stay out a little bit with the highest percent.
Kirby has the Link hat now. Now he's a bow and arrow they can use instead of the sucking ability.
His copy ability is very cool that he can just copy any character and get there, be neutral.
Depending on the character, it can be really good or really bad. Like,
without a doubt.
Worse to the point of it makes his moveset worse.
We'll pause real quick, but back into it. And Max Pikachu gets knocked out to one stock. Kirby at 2, and B Link also at 1. Kirby might have the most stocks, but also at the highest percent.
Yeah, that's when you can afford to be most aggressive. You know you're gonna be knocked out soon, but it's worth it for the damage trade-off.
Without a doubt, and every player very high. And Link is out. Pikachu just trying to get as much the replay here of everybody fighting, all getting hits on each other. On to a different game, Mr. Mario versus Banjo. Both at 3 stocks, both at very high percents. Now it is 3-2, Mr. Mario.
See, Banjo has a few unique factors about him. First, you have the the thing that he pulls out of his bag, which is a projectile which you can go grab. Also, he has Wonder Wing, which you can only use 5 times per stock.
Yes.
It's a really strong move, very high armor.
And also, if you double tap it and keep tapping it, you can keep going, and it's like he's holding Kazooie.
Yes.
Stop battle.
Palutena fishing for aerials again to start off combos.
Pikachu.
Mr. Mario at 134, the Banjo at 63. It's going to be pretty easy for Mr. Mario to get a stock off, but if he keeps hitting Banjo, he can definitely try to get a stock off him. But now it is 2-2.
And a back throw for the knockout.
Isabel.
Throws the device up.
Mr. Mario maybe trying to use that projectile to his advantage, but saw no use for it, so he just threw it up.
That's another Wonder Ring down. The Wonder Ring is very useful too for Banjo, but when he runs out, he can't use it, which leaves him vulnerable.
Very strong attacks, very useful for recoveries. But if you use them all, try to use it during your recovery.
Ooh,
That's
up B
that.
to air dodge to recover.
It's 2-1, Mr. Mario, with 28 to Banjo to 0.
So you think Banjo could pull a comeback from stock behind?
I feel like he can with Mr. Mario at a at a pretty high percentage. He can very easily get him about a 100 and try to get him out to make it 1-1. But Banjo has to be careful because if he keep getting hit, then he'll be at a higher percentage. And then when it's 1-1, Mr. Mario's at 0. Very small advantage there.
Alright, and the game continues after that little break.
Pikachu.
Someone's controller is definitely not working here.
Controller issues that happen all day. Punch them are connected to each other, so it's kind of expected to happen sooner or later. But we're back to the match.
And with only 3 screens, it's going to be hard to disconnect controllers and reconnect because everybody has their own controls.
45 seconds left on the clock. Do you think Banjo's just going to hide and run away for the rest of the time?
Most likely, because in sudden death, it is anyone's game here. But at 120, very easy to get knocked out.
Yeah, but then you just change your strategy from being aggressive to just running and hiding.
Definitely.
I don't think the Banjo sees the idea of winning through time, so he's just being aggressive anyway.
And try to get it in the sudden death.
Play it. And the Banjo does not succeed, and Palutena
Mario's
wins.
the winner now. 4 people with this. Well, he tried.
Also, Palutena never gave Banjo time to breathe or time to run anywhere else.
Tried to run, got attacked. Tried to run, got attacked. Dodged a couple, but in the end, Mr. Mario was the winner.
And let's see which stage we're going to today.
Looks maybe
Pokemon Stadium
here. Very good.
Pretty sure that was in the original Smash Brothers.
Yes. And with hazards on, very cool how everything changes.
Final destination, a good climactic area for a final battle.
But the distractions in the back, everything moving around, very difficult to pay attention, but still it is a very good map to play on. Just flat, no platforms. Very fun. That's Mr. Mario versus Light. Both very good.
You got Palutena and Pyramithra, both very fast characters, very good. So
Both are very good at projectiles. Both pretty even percentage here, 55, Mr. Mario. You know, 84 of Light.
and Palutena just trying to stay far away, trying to get that lead as far as possible. Now it's 3-1. Palutena can be just as aggressive as she likes and just keep the pressure up, just wait until they make a mistake, and then just finish out the game.
Palutena's moves very good. Every single move, very high in damage. Especially that one that she just did. It locks on and shoots a lot of bullets at him. Now at a replay of Icarus versus Lofres.
Let's see what happens. And Lomac jumps off stage like usual. Nothing new to see from Lomac. Just back throw to off stage, and the Pyro Method recovers, and it's 2-1 now.
Mr. Mario definitely playing very strong here.
Stop battle.
Now at light, over 100, Mr. Mario only at 26. Mr. Mario definitely has the advantage here.
Palutena is
Just gonna try his
crushing
best,
it.
and that is that. Mr. Mario is the winner for a 2-0.
See, what'd you think of that Palutena? Very good?
Very good, definitely jumping around, not letting Light move at all.
I think that early spike really helped the lead and really set the momentum and
Definitely.
pace of the match. Just knocking one stock out early means you can play more aggressive, rack up more damage, and play more confidently with a full stock lead.
And a replay.
And it's the kill, and it's a
It
down air
is
for kill spike.
game. 2 spikes and 1 miss. That end spike definitely making up for that miss.
I mean, all you need is one spike to win.
Definitely. And like you said before, a spike can definitely set the mood for the rest of the game.
So what'd you think of the early round matches? Pretty entertaining, right?
Well, every match was very good. Every player went against another player that was definitely in their skill level, and especially Bean, he was very great. Mr. Mario and Light here were definitely very good. Looks maybe like a little break here, maybe setting up the next match.
This game has like, what, 75 plus characters? Very big roster.
Very big roster, almost everybody from the past games.
Very unique. What other game could you say had something like this?
Well, I'm not totally sure, but like fighting games in general are very fun, and in tournaments like these, fighting games are very go-to. Smash Bros. In general, Smash Brothers Brawl, and Melee are definitely in the tournaments.
I would say Melee is the more competitive one with like little things to help new players. And for Brawl, that's a really, really fun game with stuff like tripping to punish good players for apparently no good reason. So
In
say
fighting games, tripping can definitely change something up. Just a little, just like a little extra hit just to tell you who's boss.
So what do you think about items gameplay? You think that's very interesting?
Well, in tournaments, items aren't usually used, and also the Smash Balls, but items can just completely change everybody. If they're very skilled versus someone that knows what the items can do, they can win it, and especially like Pokeballs, they just add another player for the person that threw it.
I would have to disagree. I think items benefit the better player. Because if you grab one item, it just snowballs into the next and the next one after that. So items pretty unique tool to have in a game like this. Keeps it replayable, keeps it fun.
And some of them are just game-winning right there, like the baseball bat or the hammer. You get hit a couple times, you are done.
Hammer's actually not as good as you think it is.
Yeah, well, if you're on a higher percent, it's just that you stay in the motion when you're using it of going up and down, and you can't really jump around that much. But if you can land it, very good.
So I see we might go to Lilac Cruise, a very interesting stage, and fun fact, the ledges are slightly slanted, which makes it very hard to recover, and some people get knocked out and fall off the stage because of that.
And with this slant, it'll be
A good day, you know. We've seen a lot of intense matches. Kids have been having fun, and that's really what this is about. You know, it's been hosted to let these kids have fun and talk to each other. You know, that's why we have all these events. We have Fall Fest, we have Trunk or Treat, You know, all these events are to bring the community together, and that's what's so great about Mepham and this Bellmore-Merrick Central High School District community. You know, if you watch the game, like we talked about sports yesterday, if you watch the game yesterday, you can see a message by Mr. Harrington, and he's like, yeah, you know, it's a new year, but it's same goals. You know, we're still basically dedicated to the kids and all that stuff. You know, but that's what's so great about this community. So that they give opportunities like this.
Yep. And to focus a little bit more on the tournament here, obviously I think there's a few players to watch out for as we go into it. I've been looking at Matteo for one instance because he's one of the users out there, and he's genuinely, I find it so intriguing because he's actually had different characters all day. It's like, it's for me.
He's not like everyone else.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's other people who have been doing maybe once, maybe twice, but I mean, he's actually been kind of just changing it up a bit.
Yeah, he's flipping around, and everyone else has had their signature person.
Yeah.
He has been unique, and that's what's so great about him.
I mean, that just shows that he has different styles of how he plays, and I think I mean, look, it's just one reason why he's been, I feel like I've been seeing his name all day. We keep going to his matches, as right now he's literally playing right behind us. But it's just like, it's really cool, I think. And also, I think, makes it maybe more fun for him, because he just has so many other characters to play with and strategies to use.
Exactly.
He's skillful.
Yeah, I 100% agree, once again, this is a great tournament. But, some other things that you can see on the B&B YouTube channel is stuff like Film Fest. We do Film Fest a lot. And last Film Fest was Holiday Film Fest, so you can see holiday clips. You can see mine, which was baking cookies and stuff like that. We had Kyle McQuillan's and their groups where they had a little bit of a mishap with an Off on the Shelf. That was a good one of my favorites. And there's so much more.
Yeah, Tyler Steinberg's with Sid Elisetti, kind of like a Home Alone remake. That was really good, I thought.
And coming up in the next month is our Love Film Fest, or the Romantic Film Fest, we like to say. So, yeah.
Yep, and more to say the least. Right behind us is going on with, I think, there's a Meta Knight. I'm trying to see the usernames right now. Who's versing each other? This is Bean and Alan versing each other here. And Bean's been really, really good all day.
Yeah, so, like you see here, Alan is just, Bean's
been one of the most dominating, I want to say, players of today. And, I mean, you can kind of see it in this game here. Again, he's been using Meta Knight literally, I mean, all day. And that, for me, is huge. Oh, it goes 2-2. Alan has a great move there. And Alan's playing quite well here. Beam was taking a 2-1 lead, as we saw, and now just trying to get a knockout against Alan here. Bean obviously has a lead right now. Remember, if Alan goes to 100%, that's a knockout. Bean, I think, maybe just got him. No, not yet. And there you go from Bean. That's great from him.
Bean has been so great offensively and defensively all day.
You can see, you can see it works on Meta Knight a lot.
Yeah, key moves like dodging and hitting and his specialty moves he's been nailing so well. And that's a key move, key contribution to why he's doing so well today.
Yeah, he hits different combos very, very smoothly.
Like even you see here, that was a stealthy move, and he just nailed it. He's not afraid to go for the tough tricks and stuff like that. And that's what makes him so good. And there you go.
Alan's came back here, and Bean gets the game winner there, as we can see.
Yeah, as we're going to toss this to the sportscasters.
Game by
Oliver. That is Bean, the freshman in BMB, taking the winner's bracket. He is on to grand finals, as it seems. Now we get over to Mr. Matteo and Ruben Cardona. We got Matty O'Brien playing fighter palettes for characters, alternate palettes for stages. I'm just saying, Nintendo, your move. as you can see, Mr. Matteo playing to his advantage, playing to the range game. Absolute great idea. Both players are very close. A down air from Ruben, and this is kind of what Ruben wants to do, as he wants to be able to play a really smart game. Don't give Cloud any of his big smash attacks. That's where Cloud really excels, using his range, using his smash attacks. And this is a win or go home game between Mr. Matteo and Rub.
I would say the longer this game goes on, the more it favors Cloud, because the longer the game lasts, the more limit he gets, and he just got it back.
That is huge too.
He gets a speed buff when he gets an also powerful attack like that.
Absolutely, and that'll get Matt O'Brien in this game. If he were to get sent packing with a star KO, that up smash is something that Mario can also use to bring into combos as well.
I'm surprised Cloud didn't go for a limit charge during his invincibility frames.
That's also something that I tend to forget when I'm playing. I really wish I could have been here and played. So now we're looking at Mr. Matteo already edge guarding. Mario already at 125%, able to recover, and that's something huge. You don't want to be giving Cloud any more chance to get limit. One more hit and he'll have it, and there it is. So one finishing touch could do Mario in, but that one missed. The limit side B also misses.
I still wouldn't leave Mario out of it because Mario gameplay is very volatile. Either you're winning instantly or it's a long, slow match.
Exactly. But like you said, this is a matchup where as the game draws on and as we drop under 90 seconds, these long games favor Cloud. You gotta start watching the clock here. A minute 20 left for Mr. Matteo. Rub takes it early. Mario playing a little bit on the edge here with 133.9%. Rub looking for anything. The flood almost to get Mr. Matteo at a low percent, ending his tournament. Now you gotta start thinking, Mr. Matteo, the opening favorite, and the one who I going in. You'll check cheap on the loose, see how I thought his game would fare. But I will say that my original prediction has been Nanocursed, our own Cumulonimbus Charles. I feel bad. He's the first BMBer to fall victim.
Ooh, Cloud's limit's coming back up soon. Think he's gonna hold it this time, or he's gonna actually use the speed?
I feel he should. Back throw, that gets the limit. Cloud's able to get there without the limit. He misses the limit neutral B. That could be the game.
That's sealed it in my opinion. It's just Mario now.
It's all Mario. See how the edge guarding goes. Rub looking. Matt O'Brien looking for something. Misses the edge guard. He's able to get the recovery, and now Mario establishing stage control. Cloud looking for anything, and that looks like it'll be it. No! Rub stays in. Matteo needs the KO. He gets it. We'll see what the rules are. It looks like, if we remember correctly, it's over for... We going to sudden death, Thomas?
We are in fact playing sudden death in this day.
We are playing sudden death. No, it is over.
The Cloud decides to be honorable.
Ruben takes the win. He will move on into... Looks like Ruben will move on. He will face Allen. And the opening favorite, Mr. Matteo, falls in top 4.
You gotta respect it when a guy just jumps off ledge when they lose in percent during time.
Yeah, it's one of those tournament rules that I'm not as a non-competitive Smash player. I never kind of abide by. You gotta play out sudden death in my eyes.
Honestly, I disagree. You lost the game by that point.
Yeah.
The opponent stalled you out. It's a GG. Good games. Have fun. Go home.
Although, as a Pikachu player, sudden death does play to my advantage.
I mean, that's fair. Playing Pikachu.
I mean, our lower third earlier did say you only use top tiers.
I use one top tier. Get over your salty losses.
Thomas and I have a little bit of a rivalry that I really wish we could have seen unfold in the tournament, but unfortunately, dates, times, and the bracket didn't work in our favor.
It's most of the bracket.
Most of the bracket, yeah. Most of the bracket. I would have been out by the time we would have seen each other.
Yes, because you would have dropped round 1.
I would not have gotten first rounded. That is something that, as we get back to now, another match between Ruben and Matteo. Matteo going to Palutena. Well, we're no longer entering the best of 1. Look, that was a smart call by Matt O'Brien, not using his main early in this series. Best 2 out of 3. Side tilt gets Mario off the edge. An explosive flame gets Matteo with a quick 1-0 lead.
So just playing neutral back and forth, both players trying to figure out how to get in. Palatina's got in with a bunch of nairs, just set up the combo.
And also something that we really need to establish is that none of these two characters really thrives under stage control, especially Palatina, as she gets absolutely annihilated by a Mario up smash. And once again, up smash being used as a kill move rather than a combo starter for Rub, an interesting playstyle, but I like it. It's gotten him 2 knockouts on the heavy favorite in this matchup.
I mean, you gotta consider percent. Early percent used as combo starter. Late percent, it's a kill move.
Absolutely, as I'm more of a, I used to be a Mario main myself. I used to favor the forward smash as my main kill throw, just angle it up if I had to. Anyway, maybe my lack of skill is showing, but
skill issue.
It is a skill issue. But as you see, the combo, what is that? 5 up airs in a row.
I mean, that's just the Mario game.
That is
up air, off stage, then do a funny move called forward aerial.
Yes, it is a very funny move, as you can see. As still, it didn't go in his favor, but we may have a one-stock for it all. Mr. Matteo and Rub.
Honestly, still anyone's game at this point.
Absolutely.
Goes to the 5-0 and gets Palatine off stage and explodes blade and recovers somehow.
The ledge trick didn't work in anyone's favor. Both players living off the stage, which is very dangerous for characters whose vertical recovery is I would say slightly above average for both of them.
I would honestly say every character in this game, besides Little Mac, of course, has a decent recovery.
Absolutely, it's something that was a big change from Ultimate from the Wii U and 3DS games, that everyone could recover except for Mac. He ain't no air fighter.
He's literally the most grounded fighter in the game.
That is how bro, he didn't catch the reference. If anyone did, I'd love to hear in school tomorrow. But Mr. Matteo battling for his tournament. Is anyone's game at this point. The forward aerial barely hit the edge.
Ooh, tries to go for smash attack, but iframes get it. Yep. Off stage, does he go for it?
He didn't go for it. That's a perfect read, Mr. Matteo. Backdoor. Now he goes for flood.
And it's set. Oh no! Never mind.
Good recovery play by Matteo. It looks like Percent is gonna get it, and that'll be it.
If
Rub eliminating the tournament final, or the tournament favorite, and he will go all the way to the finals.
I just wish the time could be longer, but time restrictions happen, because that still was anyone's game at that point.
Yeah, it's a shame that the 4-minute clock had to end. So now it'll be Ruben Cardona going up against our loser of the winners bracket of the winners final. It'll be Alan going over and facing Rub in the losers final. Winner plays Bean himself, Ali Mattis, the freshman taking over this tournament. Has he lost the game yet?
I don't think he has, and in my opinion, a freshman should not win.
We're seniors, we don't need to bully the freshmen that often, but still a great game played by both of them. And at this point in the tournament, you really have to think, is Ali ever going to lose the game?
Let's see, because originally the Mario was in fact going to be the people's enemy of choice, because he was originally predicted to win everything, in fact.
Really? So this is actually a turn of events here, and Mario's been playing out of his mind. It felt like O'Brien had the real edge in a lot of these matchups, and he was making everything go for him. The area plays, but now we go Mr. Matteo versus Alon. This should be so Brian versus Alon, which would be Palatine. So this is a couple of explosive frames. You get one off stage. I feel like Alan should have this game.
You know, I haven't seen all game from this Inkling, or yet to see. I haven't seen roller to up smash, a very, very good Inkling combo at the beginning of Ultimate's lifespan. People are so annoyed at that move, just because it was so good, and misses the roller, and Palatine back throws to off the stage.
So this is Alan and Mr. Matteo. This is losers finals. Winner will face Ali Mattis Bean in the grand final. Mr. Matteo already taking the early 3-2 lead. is able to recover to ledge, and looks like.
And there's
And
the up smash
the up
out.
smash. The blaster being taken advantage of early.
And 2-2 tie game. Let's see how the Inkling keeps this roll, or does Palutena stop the Inkling and go
I see what you did there with the
destroy her?
roller. I see what you did there.
I'm rolling it.
Absolutely. The splat bomb gets Matteo off stage.
So the more ink Palutena has on her, in fact, the more damage she does take from ink moves.
So that's something to keep in mind for all the newer players watching, is when Palutena's all covered up in yellow, that's going to be a huge advantage for Alan, and Matteo needs to keep in mind that, because now he's playing a little more defensive, a little more range, which fits Palutena's game perfectly.
I'd actually disagree. I have to say it's just close up nair, nair, nair. That's how you rack up percent.
But at this point, high percents, 2 explosive flames in a row, Matteo is popping off. That's
And then the revenge
and
up
then the
smash.
blaster, the funny move as you like to call it.
No, that's forward aerial.
Okay. There's plenty of funny moves in this game, as you like to say. My funny moves, whichever one gets you off the stage.
So none of them.
Wow. I see how it is.
And
Can we
the
get a
up
bonus
smash.
game? Can I ask the producer if we can get a bonus game at the end? Just me versus you. It'll never happen.
That is correct.
It'll never happen. I would still like to get something maybe on the BMB socials of me beating you, just for proof that it'll happen.
I mean, it hasn't happened this year yet.
Okay.
And
So Mr. Matteo down to 1 stock. Looks like time's not going to be a factor, especially with Alan down to his last stock.
I haven't seen the Palutena counter all day, and now she's countering like crazy.
Yeah.
Think she's gonna counter for kill?
Maybe. Could be. Matteo and Alan.
I mean, a roller's really good time to counter.
Yeah.
Because they're just committed to the whole move for like a good 2 seconds.
O'Brien looking for anything. As you can see, grand finals going on as well. You see Ali and Ruben going at it. This is the 3rd place match, as you see. Ruben and Ali going at it. Matteo takes the first round of his best of 3 3rd place.
And the Palutena victory for the win. Both players made an incredible match. Palutena just did a slight bit better. I would say, going in, I thought either player could win, genuinely. It's both 2 very fast and close range fighters, but I honestly thought the Inkling had the advantage with some more range moves. Ooh, are we gonna get a switch from Mr. Matteo?
True test, it seems, as he's seemed to cruise through the early rounds. So we'll see. He seems to be handling it with great poise. The freshman going up against Ruben the junior.
Actually, I'm pretty sure this is a rematch from the very early match where the Meta Knight beat the Mario like 2 stocks to 1. Believe it or not.
So now we get down to 1, and time looks like it's not going to be that much of an issue. But this is a very quick match, so Ali, one of the most vocal about the 4-minute clock, is he was not the happiest camper about it, and rightfully so, as standard rules have 6 to 8 minutes as that. And I also tried to plead my case to get that, but this is something that the players have had to adapt to all the time, going for more kill moves and giving themselves more opportunities. And that's something that we've seen in the Palutena game, and that's kind of what did Matteo in.
I have to say one thing to the people complaining about the clock and the tournament. Every tournament has a little bit of controversy in it, and also skill issue.
Every tournament does have a little bit of controversy. You can't have a tournament without controversy, and that is Rub with the up smash. As looks like looks like Ali finally dropping 1.
Will we have the king of losers bracket versus the almost winner of the tournament? But now we have an Inkling versus Palutena like from before.
This is game 2 of your third place bracket. Alan and Matteo going at it as Alan takes the first stock of game 2. As we remember, Matteo leads 1-0 in this.
Then you see the roller come out. It didn't ground because they were both in air, but if it wasn't ground, that's very punishing for Palutena.
Neither player really giving themselves anything to work with.
I mean, isn't that the idea of the game? Just give a little time to breathe, little time to think, just be aggressive, get in there, and knock him off the stage like that.
Absolutely, and Matteo is one of the most aggressive punishers, I feel like, in the tournament, and it often leaves him vulnerable, and that's what we saw against Mario. Mario is not a very easily punishable character, and that's what I felt like it was when you think about just base character matchups. Matteo definitely had the advantage, but when you think about the actual person holding the controller, Palutena is not the best. It does not have the most punish moves, and not very fast yet hard-hitting moves. So that was something that Matteo found hard to punish Alan's mistakes, and that was kind of what really was the difference.
Also, you gotta think about mind games. Palutena has very little mix-ups, very low, and Mario has like all the mix-ups.
Mario, you can go from using forward aerial as a combo starter and spike into whatever you want it to be, into being one of the best kill moves in the game. Same thing with up smash is what we were talking about earlier in this game. So Matteo taking that second, now down to his final stock of the tournament. But then now we're dropping under 70 seconds now. Both of them guys start thinking about the clock. Alan setting up combos to get the percent up in the event he loses that stock.
Honestly, if I was Palutena right here and I'm playing Sun and Death fully out, I'm stalling for time.
You're stalling for time.
I'm stalling for time.
Down.
I have no shame.
We get now. This is game 2 of grand final, and Rub takes it. He drops Ali down into the losers bracket with him, and drops Ali into the losers bracket with him, and we get more gameplay.
More exciting gameplay than that. We haven't talked about who we think we have the advantage in this matchup, actually.
I really do. I really feel like this is a very evenly split matchup. I feel like both of them are very similar in playstyle. I just feel like Meta Knight has a couple of more easily punished moves like that, which gives Mario the slight edge.
Also, in my opinion, Meta Knight only has 3 specials, because both tornadoes, they're the same move to me.
They are the same. I agree, but I think some have different use. I feel like the neutral B I feel like are the same. Neutral B I feel like is most likely the same in the or neutral B is very hard to punish. Now you can see Ruben and Ali, and you can also see we have Matteo and Alan. So now going down on both screens is you can see Ali very animated. As you can see, we got both games going on at the same time. I'm like Kevin Harlan calling both games. So
I'd be worried for Ali's back after this. He's so focused. He's just trying to win the game. You can see it in his eyes.
Remember, Ali does get a second chance should he end up losing this series. Over on the third place match, see Palutena and Inkling, the same matchup being played out in game 3.
Ooh, and even stop. Oh.
Watch the clock. Meta Knight might want to start stalling. Got very lucky with that spot dodge and the down B canceling out right in time. But now Ollie's just got to run.
All right.
Oh, wait, but excuse me. There is a no stalling rule in play.
Since when?
I believe I saw it on the graphic, but also Ollie needs to be cognizant of the fact that he can just slow the pace down.
And the Mario couldn't recover.
But with 7 seconds left, he said it perfectly. Mario couldn't recover. Meta Knight is just great at edge guarding, and now Ollie is 1 win away from taking the second almost annual BMB Super Smash Bros. Tournament.
We'll try.
We'll try to make this an annual thing. Maybe we'll get 2 just to make up for missed time.
No promises.
No promises. No promises, but I'd like to compete in one for once. Maybe shows Hamas that I'm actually good at this game.
You tomorrow?
Honestly. 5th period?
Put it on the Instagram.
5th period. Got you. So, Alan and Matteo in the decisive game 3 up their 3rd place match. Now we get to see. It's something that we really wanted to go for, but now we have the most important decision of the tournament. Or not, get back into action. Matteo and Alan. Another. We said it before, said it again. It's an even matchup, but as the games develop, we really start to think of the fact that this is maybe becoming more lopsided. Matteo's grabbing a little too much. He's able to get the punish off. Now we got him to PS2. It's me and Rub. Now,
I was gonna say, I think the Meta almost had the download for the last 2 games, but no, Meta's kind of lost it, losing like 30%. Mario gets good combo. You think this is gonna be Mario's game, considering how the early game's going right now?
it's very early to say, but I feel like Mario is doing an excellent job playing this out.
Grab.
Meta Knight is also a very good combo character. You don't really get games between characters of the sort, Meta Knight and Mario, or Meta Knight Mario, for example. Maybe characters like Pikachu, characters like Luigi, who are very good at combos, or combos galore. They're just the most interesting to watch for me.
Yeah, and they're also one of the facts. They're just all of them are just like medium to lightweight to make up for the strengths that they have in one of the big weapons.
And that's something that I feel like from game to game, I feel like heavies have kind of been phased out, where they kind of ruled earlier games, like the N64 version, even in the 3DS and Wii U game. I felt like heavies kind of dominated the game. Now we've shifted towards more lighter characters such as Pikachu ruling this game. And Meta Knight, as you see here.
Yeah, to add on to that, Week 1 Ultimate, people were thinking like banning K. Rool from tournaments. Like, they're all angry.
And
now
I remember that, the whole K. Rool scandal. And we do say lighter characters rule this game, but Pikachu has yet to win a major.
That's because your best player's not that good. And also, think about it. Steve and
Hero. You're saying you're as if this was a sports team, as Mr. Matteo wins the last game of the series. He will be third in your. He will end up taking the bronze in this tournament.
And also, later in the game's life.
Sorry, I had to interject, but Bean is 2 stocks away from winning this game. Those little icons are hard to see. Now we're waiting on any real action. Meta Knight trying to set up some combos. Both able to recover. That's a great recovery there. Able to snap to the ledge. Bean looking to do something here against Ruben.
Both characters in neutral just trying to find their way off stage. Both characters want to get off stage to just combo them off to the ledge or just forward airing them off stage and just knock him out immediately.
And you look at it also, now that we can actually see the players, you look at the difference in the Bean Ollie just looks as focused as he ever has been, and we see him in class every day. And Rob just sits there cool as a cucumber, as confident as can be. We've seen absolutely no change in his facial expression throughout this entire game, so very different playstyle seems reflected as Bean has been charging on in whenever he can. Very unusual for a Meta Knight player.
I mean, the confidence of a player can get them far, but I feel like you have to get in the stance, you have to be focused, just paying full attention to the screen and the game.
And watch, now Bean is 50 seconds away from winning this, but just watch, he's a very high percent. Any sort of mess up could put him in a world of trouble. 42 seconds left. Bean still has the stock lead. Mario needs to get a kill right now. Bean up to 154.5%.
This is just Meta Knight. Just wrap it up, pack it up, go home, Mario.
You think so? 30 seconds left. It is over. Oliver Mattis is your champion.
And the pop-off right there.
And the pop-off. Looks like that's Angel Baez lifting his game on teammate. Oliver Mattis, the freshman. I did say it before, I thought a BMBer, and I think our program was going to rule this tournament, and I felt like a couple of our guys got out early.
Believe it or not.
Wink, it was you. But I felt like Oliver Mattis carrying the program in this tournament and going all the way to the title. What a game from Meta Knight, able to stay at 154% and able to hang on for the win.
I mean, Oliver almost didn't play. We almost made him join the crew today. But good thing we let him play, though. He's almost winning the whole tournament.
He did. That was grand final, and he was able to take it. Oliver Mattis, what a great game by Ollie.
And the handshake?
And handshake to make it official. But Matteo. So your final results: Bean in first, Rub in second, and Mr. Matteo in third. What a great event we had today.
Honestly, a great event.
It was, yeah, absolutely. This is something that it was just an excellent to see the embrace between these two competitors. Both of them gave it all, their all, and that was just an excellent showing of this game. I mean, the district has an esports team. I mean, they could go pretty far.
Actually, the esports team for Smash is in high school, believe it or not. They don't have a...
There's no high school. They don't compete Smash Bros. In high school?
No, it's only middle school.
Really? That's
yeah.
very odd, I felt like. But now at this point in the game, Oliver Mattis is your champion, and congratulations to Ollie.
Battles, and so most importantly, though, like I said, I hope you had a great time. For our third place winner, come on down, Matty O. Great job. Give a one sentence. How do you feel?
Feels good to leave with something in my hand at least.
All right. All right. And after our very, very hard-fought final battle, we have our second place, Ruben. How you feeling? You got your one sentence for the crowd?
Next time, I want 7 minutes. I want best of threes.
And 3 games.
I want. Next
You want
time,
more?
I want more.
All right. In first place, with a hard-fought comeback, Bean. Congratulations. How does it feel to be the winner?
It feels great. I mean, I spent a lot of time practicing. This was a lot. I had a lot of fun. All these players are great. Just good games all.
All right. Great job, everybody. And until next time.
Actually, no. I have a few questions for you. So, Mr. Bean, you didn't get baked.
Yes.
How was that?
Felt great.
What do you think was the key to your success?
Patience.
And do you think you could be patient until maybe, I don't know, the next time we do this?
Maybe.
Maybe. You're giving me one-word answers, which is telling me you just won a tournament, and that's pretty cool.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Don't you agree? That's pretty cool. What's also cool is the sportscasters. Let's send you over to the sportscasters. They're cool.
Indeed.
All right, nice job, everybody.
The Smash Bros. Tournament has come to an end. Oliver Mattis is the champion, and man, what a last game as he went up against, Rub. And I mean, that was unbelievable. Obviously, Mr. Matteo gets in third place in the third place match that we saw too. That was also a really, really good match as we, saw. But man, I mean, just unbelievable. And one of B&B's very own, Oliver Mattis, getting it done, and they were just so focused. And there you go. But Oliver Mattis takes the win over Rub.
100%. Congratulations to Oliver. And, this was the second annual Mepham Smash Tournament. So thanks for watching it with us, and we'll see you hopefully next Smash Tournament.